What's up, YouTube? It's Brett from Team Wildcard with an updated Darkrai Garbodor deck list. Um, I was so excited for this new set to come out. So when it came out, I was just like, there's so many cards that came out in this set that I know people besides me were anticipating. So when it came down to actually getting them done, I was so excited. I went out, I pre-ordered a whole bunch of cards. Ended up pulling half the cards I pre-ordered. But it's whatever. But yeah, so it's quite different. A lot of the cards I thought needed to be 3 ofs or 2 ofs. They had to change in order to fit these new cards in. But I think the deck is better for it, personally. So, without further ado, here it is. Alright, so first, let me say, I just got this thing the other day, the Yveltal collector's box thing, so mainly because I wanted these card sleeves. I know they're not the best quality, but they look so badass. But without further ado, first of all we got 1, 2, 3 Darkrai EX. I'll go into details of why I'm doing everything later after I go through all the cards, but yeah. 1, 2, 3 Sableye EX. I'm sorry, just regular Sableye. There is no Sableye EX. 2 Trubbish, 2 Garbodor, 1 Yveltal EX. I had 2 in here when I was first testing. I still might try to fit that second one in and take out the third Darkrai. But this deck enables the deck to go aggro really quickly, so I'm a big fan of it personally. And then finally, 1 regular Yveltal. A lot of people are still running Absol instead of this, but early game this allows you to set up so much more quickly. And that second attack is really not bad. I mean, doing 100 for 3 is still, it's consistent. Granted, you may not be able to attack the next turn, but the first attack is what you're going to be using it for. With 1 energy, it's faster than an Absol, and it lets you set up quickly. And this whole deck, early game, is all about setup. So you're shelling out damage while setting up earlier on. So, I'm personally a big fan of having this in there. Now we'll get down to the supporters. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 Professor Juniper. Not Sycamore, because I don't really see the point in getting that. I mean, I ordered some, but they're not in yet, but does the exact same thing. 4 N. I know some people are testing out a Shauna and only 3 Ns, but considering this deck is slow, I feel the N benefits it more. Just because late game, this is a lot better than Shauna can be, because you're so behind on cards, usually, on prizes. Then 1 Skyla. A lot of these decks don't even run 1 Skyla, but late game, when I just need that one last trainer to win, I go for the Skyla. Trainers, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 Dark Patch, 3 Ultra Balls, 3 Lasers, 3 Random Receivers, 2 Dark Claws, just because I don't really see the point in running Muscle Band, considering all the attackers are Dark types anyways. 2 Float Stones. One of those cards I really thought we needed 3 of, just to have them, so you always have them, but with Skyla being able to search out any trainer, as well as Sableye being able to recycle them, is one of the cuts I had to make, and it's still pretty consistent in getting it out. But yeah, next, 2 Pokemon Catcher. Another one I liked having 3 of, because it allows you to go more aggro, but, you know, again, you can recycle them with Sableye, so it's not really that big of a deal. 2 Riverbank City Gym, and 2 Bicycle, just to add to consistency. And as far as 1-ofs go, we have 1 Professor's Letter, which is so much better than Energy Search, it's crazy. Professor's Letter, Ultra Ball, I mean, it's just, you just go from there, it's amazing. 1 Super Rod, 1 Switch, 1 Enhanced Hammer, 1 Tool Scrapper, and 1 Silver Mirror. this card is essential for the Plasma matchup. It's still not a pleasurable matchup, although with this deck, with the new cards that came out, it's a little bit more favorable. This card's essential. It's whether you have a permanent Garbodor or a Sableye that's invincible, or even just your regular Yveltal, it's essentially just something that cannot be knocked out by their Plasma. And then finally, one dowsing machine. I remember when people used to think computer search was a superior one, but people are really starting to realize this just adds so much consistency to your deck. And then finally, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Darkness Energies. I had 8 in here when I first built the deck. I ended up having 2 Yveltal EX, but when I started testing to try only one out, I decided just to use the space to put in another Darkness Energy, just to make it so late game I wasn't striving for those Darkness Energies. Because 8 is really a small quantity to have of these energies. So I just thought that 9 would just make it better as far as making it so you don't have to worry about all those energies. But yeah, so that's the deck. It's been testing really well. Like I said, with the Yveltal EX and the regular Yveltal, it's a faster deck. In all honesty, you got an attacker that could potentially hit for more damage than Darkrai while being able to be powered up more quickly, and this helping not only your attackers like Darkrai or this Yveltal, but also Sableye to just get more energy onto the board, which thanks to Professor's Letter you can get them to your hand as well as your discard pile even more quickly. So I mean, definitely just the addition of, you know, all these new cards just makes it it makes it a lot more consistent and a lot more heavy hitting. It's actually fantastic how much stronger this deck is just thanks to these few cards. They're just all amazing, and they all help the deck out tremendously. And it's definitely improved the matchups for a lot of games. It still struggles with a lot of the same problems I had before. Like I said, the Plasma matchup. Straight Darkrai is a thing of the past, and Darkrai Yveltal can be a problem still, just because they can hit faster than you can and harder, and the only ability they really rely on is Darkrai. But you know, you shut that down, and they do have to pay a lot. This is definitely, I think, as far as the wide variety of matchups, this deck is the superior one to straight Darkrai Yveltal. I'm not 100% sure yet because these cards just came out a week ago, so I'm not 100% sure which deck will be the better as far as a meta call goes. But I'm really satisfied with the deck right now, and I know, at least before these cards came out, Darkrai Garbodor was the probably superior matchup just because of all the decks that run on abilities. Virizion, Genesect, Blastoise, Plasma, just they get all those Deoxys out. You have that Garbodor out. They have bench setters that can't do anything to you. So yeah, I definitely hope that things will remain the same for Darkrai Garbodor as far as playability goes. It's still going to be a strong deck, especially with the addition of these 3 cards. But yeah, I'm impressed with it. It's more consistent than it was before, thanks to this and this. It's different. I can understand why people wouldn't want this because they don't want to go as aggressively with it. But I've always been an aggressive player. But when it came down to the meta, Darkrai Garbodor just had the edge as far as what deck should be playing against goes. It had a better matchup with more things than just straight Darkrai. But with these cards, it changes a lot. So I'm not sure if it would be better now just because of how aggro and how much more quickly the new Darkrai Yveltal decks can set up. But I'm definitely satisfied with this. Only the future will tell what exactly happens to it, and as far as I will continue to play it. But so far, it's doing really well, and I'm really satisfied. So that's it, YouTube. This is Brett from Team Wildcard signing out.